Fantastic. All right. Okay, guys. So we're going to get started. So this is how you set up your trading system for yourself. So right now we are on TOS, the Thinkorswim platform. And this is the platform that we use for our charting, for us to actually look at the charts, do our technical analysis, actually plan on the trades that we are entering for this day. Okay, so I've actually put two resources for you guys, right? It's two important studies that you need to add to your charts in order for you to do this momentum trading successfully. Okay, so if you've downloaded these two studies, what you will need to do is import those studies into the Thinkorswim system. So very simply, how do you do that for yourself? First, go to the studies tab. So you see the studies on the top right hand corner here. I will go to edit studies. So click on edit studies and you'll see a button here that says import. Right, so click on the import button and go to where you actually save that study for yourself. Okay, so let me do it on my side. I saved it on my desktop. So I'll go to the desktop, right? So my two studies are here. So volume pressure and pre-market indicator, right? So I'll click on these two studies and I'll open it over here. Okay, so I get a little warning. Do you want to replace? I'll replace it because I've done it before. Okay, and your indicators would be imported into here. Now, what you need to do next, very simply, is to go ahead and search for those indicators. So the first one is called pre-market indicator. So you would see it here, click on it, click add selected. All right, so go ahead and click add selected. The next one you would have to come and load is your volume pressure, right? So just type volume pressure. You'll see it appear, volume pressure 7/9, and you click add selected. Now, the last thing I want you guys to add is actually your moving average, guys, right? Your moving average. So type in exponential and you will see this move average exponential. Click on add selected. Okay, so your 9 moving average, again, very important indicator for us to see whether stocks are breaking up or down, so we can determine what trades we're going to take. Okay, now there's a few things that you need to change, so follow me carefully on this. Okay, so go over to your pre-market indicator and click on the settings tab here. So this little wheel icon, go ahead and click on it and you will see this whole thing pop up. Now I want you to scroll down slowly, right? Scroll down slowly until you reach this point here. All right, so this point here that says show mid upper cloud, mid lower cloud, R1, R2, R3. Now, from show R1 cloud all the way to show S3 cloud, I want you to change this from yes to no. Right, so just follow me accordingly. Change this from yes to no. So show R1 cloud, I'm going to click on it, click on no. Show R2 cloud, click on it, change it to no, and do the same for the rest, right? So no for S1 cloud, no for S2, and no for S3. Fantastic, right? So it should look, and your screen should look something like mine, where from R1 to S3, all of it is a no. Now, I want you to continue to scroll down all the way to the bottom, right? And I want you to, again, click on here. So just focus on R1, R2, R3, S1, S2, and S3, right? Just focus from this column onwards. Click on R1. And what I want you to do is very simply uncheck both of these boxes, right? So uncheck show plot and show title and do the same for the rest. So uncheck for R2, for R3, S1, S2, and then S3. Okay, fantastic. Now, the last thing you got to do is go to your alerts tab here, scroll down, and you want to actually uncheck this box, right? So why you're going to uncheck this is because if you enable it, you're going to be hearing constant sounds and alerts that's coming out, and it might get a little bit annoying after a while, all right? So go ahead and uncheck it for all the alerts so you don't have to deal with the sound. Uncheck all my alerts. Okay, so all your 10 alerts, right, they should be unchecked, not enabled. Now, once you've done this, just click on OK, right? What you want to do is save this whole setup for yourself, right? Save this system because you're going to be using this every day. So click on Save as a Set. I'll rename this to TWC Momentum Trading. and I'll click on save. Right now, I'll click on OK. So if you ever want to find your setup again, you want to know where it is, just go ahead to studies over here, studies, load study set, and click on TWC momentum trading. And this whole thing would have popped out for yourself. Okay. Now, again, because we are trading intraday and momentum trading, you got to actually zoom into that day's charts. So what is the time frame? Like I mentioned earlier on, we look on a 15-minute time frame. So right here, I have set up a 5-day, 15-minute time frame. Okay, so I'll go ahead and click on it. And when I click on it, this is what you will see. So if I zoom in over here, this is the current trading day that's about to happen. All right, so current trading day hasn't happened yet. It's about to happen later. Pre-market, we can see certain movements that's happening. Now, again, the green luminous lines that you see here, this is your pre-market high. All right, so right now, our pre-market high for this day, the green luminous line is 418.6. All right, so it's already denoted for you. You don't have to go and manually draw it out for yourself. Okay, and below here, right, you see this red luminous line. This is your pre-market low for yourself. All right, so you can go over here. This is your pre-market low for yourself, and this is denoted by a red luminous line. Okay, so again, when the market opens later on, we'll be using scans, right, together with this setup to actually scan for stocks with massive momentum. Okay, now this second indicator that I've given you guys, all right, it's really, really powerful. It's going to help you actually to determine whether you should hold on to your trades or to get out of your trades. And what it is very simply is that it's measuring volume. Okay, so again, we are trading for, again, a maximum of about 1 hour, all right? If you want to stay out, probably to 2 hours. So what you need to actually measure, all right, is if your trade is still viable, if there's enough volume, if there's enough buyers or sellers to actually continue in that direction where you want your trade to go to. So what are these little bars here? So these bars here are your volume bars, and they are basically telling you, all right, whether there's more buying volume or more selling volume. Okay, so you see this first candle here, all right, and guys, this is updated real time, all right. So when your trade is playing out, when you're in the trade, you will actually see this moving. Okay, so let's take this first bar over here. All right, so let me just go and circle it so you know where I'm focusing on. Okay, so this red bar right here, this green and red bar. So when it's green in color, all right, for when it's green in color, it denotes the amount of buyers that are inside this particular candlestick that you see up above here, right? So you see the candlestick, all right, how much buyers there are. And if you see the color in red, it's basically telling you about the amount of sellers that are inside. Okay, so you can see for this candlestick, basically more buyers actually came in. All right, and it actually suits and works out for our hypothesis, because when this candlestick actually opened at first, all right, it pushed down massively all the way down. It broke the pre-market low and went as low as this point over here, right, all the way to the end. But what happened is that buyers actually came in and pushed the price back up. Even though it closed below where it opened, all right, it still came, the buyers came in to push the stock back up. All right, so again, that's what it's showing you from the volume. Okay, now at this point here, you may also see this part here that says CUR, all right, CUR bar sell percentage. Okay, now it's just telling you for the current bar, all right, so for the current bar, current candlestick you're looking at, are there more percentage of buyers or more percentage of sellers? Okay, so if you see it above 50, so it's above 50, that means 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, or 100, right? If you see it anywhere from this range, 50 to 100, it means that for this bar, there are more sellers. So in this candlestick now, there's currently more sellers. It's likely going to push the price down. If you see it below 50, all right, so 49, 39, 29, 19, all right, 9, all right, all the way to 0. If you see it range from 49 to 0, that means there are more buyers inside this candlestick, right? So there are more buyers in this candlestick, more buyers have come in, and they are affecting the price now. Okay, so since we are literally trading, all right, on a 1 hour time basis, it's really important to look at this, okay, because it's going to tell us or not whether we should continue to stay in a trade or whether we should exit our trade. Okay, so again, for example, if I can take an example over here. Okay, so we see in this bar right here, right? So this bar right here, you can see it's entirely green. All right, so there's a massive push up. It broke the pre-market high. Again, we see all buyers or mostly buyers inside this candlestick. So you would still hold on to your trade or even enter this trade if you took a position. All right. Now, on your next candle, when you see here, all right, you see that, okay, your candles have actually pushed up, but now they've come down. And you see on the bar here, it's more red. All right, so they are more red than green. So more sellers than buyers. And very simply, what that denominates is that more sellers are coming in. They are starting to push the price down. So you might want to consider, taking profits on your trade or whatever level, even if you're at a small loss, to consider exiting, because now that more sellers are coming in, it could change the momentum and it could go in the other direction. So this volume bar is really, really useful because it updates in real time. It lets you know about how much buyers and sellers are coming in, so you can react instantaneously to see whether you should keep on holding your trade or get out of your trade with profits still intact. All right, so that's how we use this volume and this pre-market high and low indicator in tandem with one another. All right, so this is the two indicators that we shared with you. All right, this is how you set it up for yourself, and we're going to end it here. All right, so that's the end for this module, and we'll see you in the next one.